must be a male. Deep cuts over the whole body. Not a drop of blood on the beak or claws. Didn't defend herself. Crept up on her while she slept. Beak tips worn. Gray hairs in the coat. 10, 12 years old. Griffins pair off for life when young. Male must be about the same age. Thick shaft, dense barbs. A royal griffin. Explains why the male I ran into was so aggressive. Hunted the Nilfgaardians down here in the forest first, then started prowling the area. Done all I could. Should talk to Vizimir.
So the Nilfgaardians fucked up as per usual. They came and killed the Lady Griffin, and then pissed off the male Griffin, and just left it for me to deal with. Gee, thanks, guys. I'm sure that was a real interesting read. I'm probably not going to sit and read all the books unless y'all really want me to. If you do, let me know. But most of them are just random lore things and stuff like that, which if y'all are really interested in, I will totally read them. But if not, I will continue to skip them. Ability point. So I'm going to go ahead and keep going with Melt Armor. How about a whole live stream on it? Like a whole live stream dedicated to just reading the lore stuff? I don't know if I could keep it organized enough for it to be coherent. 'Cause like you just get this big lump of books in your inventory, and you know, it would just be like tons of random documents. It wouldn't be a coherent story. But I could go ahead and just, they're not that long, so I already read, I read the Blood, Soap, Middle Story Orders and the Scribbled Document and the Sweat and Sweat and Blood last time, I think. Did I read this one? I don't think I read this one, so I'll read this one and the other one real quick. Why not? So, a veil hangs between the world men see and the one they cannot. This veil blocks the dead from the view of the living, and the living from the view of the dead. Some mages can break through this veil and communicate with the dead, or else summon them to the world of the sun for short periods of time. This is the art known as necromancy. The dead can also break through the veil and enter the world of the living on their own. Yet, unlike the necromancers, in doing so they are not driven by reason and will, but by a thoughtless, irrational need. This need arises from powerful emotions such as regret, longing, or wrath. Very often these emotions gain their power by being invested in a material object by the dead individual while he or she still knew life. The objects most frequently so endowed: wedding rings, favorite toys, or the instrument used for the crime which sent the returned individual to the other world in the first place. Emhyr Ver Ares rules to expand. He has trained his strategic brilliance on a singular vision to conquer the world, though he rightly calls this not conquest but salvation. Yes, the Emperor of Nilfgaard sets the world alight with the torch of civilization. Trampling the still-warm corpses of his father's usurpers, the Emperor seized the throne and began to assimilate the northern realms, one after the other. Terror engulfed the north. Only the Battle of Brenna slowed the imperial army's march toward victory. A temporary peace then took hold, though none believed this mirage would last. Emhyr's aim to make the entire north a vassal of Nilfgaard remained unchanged. Emhyr used peace as a cover to intensify his political efforts. Now all can see their results. Chaos and disorder devour the Nordling states. Ridden with internal bickering and backstabbing, they near collapse. Only a strong ruler can grapple this dysfunction into function. Only a wise ruler can give vision to their blindness. Only Emir Imris can save the north. So our armies have again crossed the Uraga for the third and final time. So, and I'll read the other books as I come across them, because I am more interested in this game for it really is like a rich game. Like, there's a lot to it. Just every mission you come across, just even the side quests, they have a lot of stuff to them. It's not just a simple like, hey, go kill this thing. But it's like, why am I going to kill this thing? Why does this thing need to be killed? And sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's an individual or a thing that can be talked to and reasoned with, things like that. It's really a great game, in my opinion, for a lot of reasons. That being one of the biggest is just how rich of a story it is. So I will stop ignoring the richness of the documents and stuff like that and add that in. Right now I'm going to head to some of the undiscovered locations in the area. Excuse me. And see what's going on. Ooh, we have friends. Alright. Ow, that hurt a lot. He did. I'm gonna kill a bitch and steal his chicken sandwich. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. Let's go loot some corpses. I'm not taking most of the weapons off of them because they're shitty and they don't sell for much. So I'm trying not to take stuff that I remember from the first games. Like, this is a common item, and I remember the rope ladder is fairly heavy, if I remember correctly, and it doesn't sell for much. So I'm gonna try to ignore stuff like that. But like the worn leather pelt's good. Any alcohol is always good. It sells for a good bit of stuff. Especially if you get a strong alcohol like Alkahest or Dwarven Spirit, because you can use those. Those get used on meditation to remake your alchemical stuff. Yep, there we go. Got an Alkahest right there. Of course, I have like just a ridiculous amount of Alkahest and Dwarven Spirit from the first go round. I have so much of it. It's really kind of crazy. Oh, I forgot. I need to put Hangman's Venom back on there. I don't think I've fought any Necromages, but why not? Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Let's have a roasted chicken leg. Delicious. Alright, and where do we want to head next? What do we want to do? So, I could head back into town to talk to Vesemir to go fight that griffin, or I could go do the contract devil by the well and deal with that wraith, or I could keep just hitting up these areas over here. I could clear out this area of the undiscovered locations. I like to do all the undiscovered locations because there's actually a lot of places of power in White Orchard area, and every time you find one, you get another ability point as if you leveled up. So that's awesome. So I think probably the best thing to do would be to go ahead and do the Witcher contract. So unless there's an objection from Evil Bear Crazy, that's probably what I'm about to go do. Contract Devil by the Well. I will also refresh my scotch. It's getting a little low. If you're hoping I'm gonna start getting real tipsy and drunk, I am sorry to report that I won't. Not out of any desire not to be, but it's very expensive for me to get drunk. So I just probably won't end up drinking enough to do so. But we shall see, I guess. I am going to continue drinking scotch throughout the night. I've already finished off one glass, and I've poured myself another. See if those wolves decide to come through. Doesn't look like they are. Need to eat another piece of food. Why not? I'll eat me an apple. Alright, doesn't look like they're coming through. I was kind of stuck in the tree for a moment there, so I was just like, we'll figure it out.
Run, Roach.
Why am I stuck? There's some bad clipping right there. I have noticed that the horses sometimes have a little bit of a trouble going over the bridge. Oh, I didn't know that you'd left. Welcome back, Evil Bear Crazy. I am headed at the moment to go... You know what? I haven't checked to see if my stuff is needing repair. No, I'm doing good. It's barely down at all. Right now I'm going to go kick off the Devil by the Well quest, is what I'm about to start. So... and then I might go do some more undiscovered locations. And then I'll go fight that damn griffin. Eat another piece of food.
Greetings, good man. Having trouble with your well? That's what I read.
Aye, 'tis haunted. Has been for a good 20 years.
20? So why'd you put out a notice just now?
Because earlier on we drew our water from the river, but so many corpses floating in it after the battle it's turned noxious. The daughter Mandy drank half a pitcher. Felt dreadfully, can't keep nothing down. She grows worse by the day. Herbalist claims you fight a fever with drink, and not beer nor cider, but water, clear, pure water. And where am I to get that if not from the well? But first, the ghost's got to be driven away, and it don't let any man near.
This ghost. Describe it for me.
Well, it's awful frightening. Awful.
I meant, what does it look like?
It looks like a woman, but fresh from the grave. Wears a dirty dress, all rags, skin flaking off its bones, and it howls like it's suffering.
Some wraith. Or maybe an alp.
If you don't wallop it, master, if you don't take care of it, that is, it'll come kill my daughter.
Wait, why is it going to come kill his daughter? I thought his daughter was going to die of disease if she didn't get water from the well. That's weird. Like I said, I'm going to go with a bit of a more nice approach with this Geralt, not demanding tons of money and things like that, because that's the kind of personality Triss is. You know, she's a nice individual, and that's who I'm kind of matching him up with in this run through.